Hello, my beautiful friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome to Behind the Magic, a podcast from Aradia's Closet, where we dive deeper into the components of magic. I'm Tanya, your host. I have all kinds of things planned for you: book reviews, how-tos, and interviews with some really amazing people. So if you want to gain a little more perspective on magic, tune in each week for more. Again, today I'm here with my friend Stephen. Hi, Stephen.
Hey there.
We are diving into his library 10 books at a time, and we're just going to jump right into it. Our first book, The Divine Pymander of Hermes, translated by Dr. Everett. This is put out, looks like Wizard Books.
Yes. Wizard Books is a publisher of rare and esoteric volumes.
So it's Wizard Books from San Diego, put out in 1994.
A year after I was initiated into the craft.
I was initiated in 91.
Very good. This is a very good book. It's hardback. There will be pictures. They're basically spiritual writings about... I don't know. I never read it.
You never read it?
I never read the damn thing.
Well, that
Sorry.
makes it easy.
Well, yeah. That's kind of cool. That's the way it's going. We're going to just take 10 random books off the shelf.
Right, so you never, yeah.
Nah, I obviously read some of it. I mean,
Well, yeah, you have to
where
do a
we
little
at
bit
here?
about it.
Yeah, we got a bookmark in there somewhere. How far did I get before I was bored out of my mind? What was that?
Oh,
Did you see that?
Oh, you hadn't even made it through, like, the preface.
Oh, no. Okay.
It's a pretty book, though.
It is a very pretty book. It's gold embossed.
Mm-hmm.
It's The Divine Hermes, Pymander of Hermes.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God,
pretty.
I don't even remember that book. Now, I remember this one, though. This is pretty good. This is like 1920s or something like that.
In the Pranos of the Temple Wisdom.
Yep.
This is really old.
Yep.
The Aries
Pronaeus.
Pronaeus.
Yes, Aries Press published Israel Regardi's Golden Dawn series, if you'll recall.
This is a reprint. The original was 1890. This is a reprint 1945. So this
1945, the year the World War II was wrapping up. I actually found this in a used bookstore. This is not an eBay score. It's by Franz Hartmann, M.D. He's also known for Black and White Magic, which is a profound investigation of magic. And we're talking about, we're talking about the spiritual evolution of the human being through magic. Black and White Magic. This is another book by him. It's called In the Pronaeus of the Temple of Wisdom. Aries Press, 1945. So it's a very, very nice book.
Mm-hmm.
The cover, the book cover is pretty bad. It's in not good shape, but that's okay. For as old as this book is, it's not bad.
Right.
Typically, I'll put all my books with covers in them in broad art. That's kind of plastic enclosure. It gives a very sleek look to the book.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very nice.
The kind of plastic like you would see on a library book.
Yes. So yes, that's the Temple of Wisdom.
It's neat.
If you can find it, good luck. It's very rare. 1945, Aries Press.
Yeah.
They also worked with Israel Regardi on his complete publication of the Golden Dawn material.
So we're on to our third book, Albertus Magnus.
Yep.
Egyptian Secrets of White and Black Art for Man and Beast. Now this one, I don't know if the page has been torn out or not. There's no publisher information. There's no dates on it.
Look at that. You'd be right. It's an old book, that's for sure.
Yeah, it just jumps straight into the book with no fuss, no muss.
Well, it does have a preface.
Yes.
Yeah, this is big. They sold this to the mail order way back in the day. That's how you find your really rare occult books. But it's basically a collection of spells.
Ooh.
Ancient spells. Albertus Magnus was supposedly a great magician who lived long, long ago. Alright, and these are very practical magic stuff. Right off the bat, that no ill may befall the cattle. That's important because cattle was money back in the day. That's true to a large degree today as well, I'm sorry to say. Whenever you bake, you should give them the slake water to drink, and not what happened to them. I'm not sure what slake water is.
Yeah. Let's look that one up.
Yeah, good. Yeah, do some research. Do your own. I'm not gonna bother.
Get back to us.
Okay, and how to wean cows. Very practical magic. On the third day before the full moon, this should be done, and splendid large cattle will be the result. When the udder and the stroke of a cow are sore, take radish leaves, pound them in mortar, press them out, apply this to the udder and stroke with a feather. Okay, so
Wow.
very useful magic, huh?
Right, let's get out there and do that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one of those things that's kind of an anomaly. It's interesting to look at, and look at the history of magic behind it and that sort of thing. But
and to think about people doing these things.
Yeah, because it's not that that practical.
Right. It's a really another pretty book.
Oh yeah, yes. Well, it's collectible too. I mean, look at that thing. I mean, that's great. Albertus Magnus got a beautiful embedded illustration on it. That's really quite lovely. I'm glad to own it. Did you see that? You know what that is?
No, what's that?
I think that's from being in storage, and I honestly think that it might be rat droppings.
No, it's not.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. I'm glad to know that.
Okay.
Smells okay.
Smells like a book. All right. Our fourth book, Golden Dawn, Enocian Magic. Now, that's something I'm familiar with. But this is by Pat Zawoski. This is a Llewellyn Golden Dawn series. Llewellyn put out a bunch of different series. This was...
They did.
This was 1990.
Yep, they were ramping it up about then. This is a trade paperback. Nice condition, very good. All the pages are good. But to be honest with you, I think that I prefer the Lon Milo Duquet.
Oh, I do like him.
Yes, I do prefer his stuff. It's short and to the point. This stuff is pointlessly difficult. It's the Golden Dawn Enocian Magic. It's been simplified. This is a lot to go through.
It is.
It is worth having, though.
It's part of your library.
It's part of my library. But
Reference.
I've seen better. Sorry, Pat, but I've seen better books on the explanation of Golden Dawn and Enocian Magic.
Right. So here we go. Our next book is a treatise on angel magic, edited by
Adam.
This
is quite rare.
Yeah?
Yeah. Believe it or not, I bought that sometime probably in the 90s, something like that, off of eBay. A lot of my library comes from eBay, and that's where most of my money went, which is why I'm a broke fool today. But that's okay. I got a huge library. Definitely. And you don't.
It's a treatise on angel magic, edited by Adam McLean.
Yes, a very, very well-noted author in those studies. And again, this is going to be on Enocian magic, because Enocian magic is angel magic.
Yes.
Although there is some discussion about calling these spiritual creatures angels, because sometimes they don't always act angelic.
Yeah.
Like the time perhaps when they advised John Dee that he should trade wives with his associate.
Yeah, I'm sure the angels told him to do that.
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah. What's the guy's name? Oh my God.
This book, A Treatise on Angel Magic, edited by Adam McLean. It says it's the magnum opus hermetic source work.
Yes, of Enocian magic. Enocian magic is one of the cornerstones of what you will study in magic. And that's the Enocian magic, it's Goetic magic, and it's what's the other one? Goetic
magic.
Solomonic magic, basically, yes. Right, those are the three keystones of magic that you will encounter.
This was put out by Fanes Press in 1990.
Yep.
It says it's being a complete transcription of Miss Harley 6482 in the British Library.
Manuscript Harley, that's what that means.
It says transcription.
Yeah, from the manuscript Harley 6482.
The Miss means
British
manuscript?
Library. Yeah, that's
MS means manuscript?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Manuscript Harley. I've never heard that.
So yeah, it's very important to own that, because that is a key building block. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Look at that illustration.
Oh, those tables are great.
Yes, those tables are beautiful. I mean, just beautiful. I wonder if there's a hardback of this. Very, very good. Very, very good indeed. Gosh, that's beautiful stuff. A treatise on angel magic. Yeah, see that table right there? That's the Enocian table.
Mm-hmm.
I have one right up there. You see it?
I see it.
Yes.
I put it there.
Yes, you did put it there. Thank you very much. Yep, this is another Enocian, a book on Enocian magic, but This is very, very good stuff. And if you're interested in Enochian magic, I strongly urge you to investigate a treatise on angel magic edited by Adam McLean. Again, a well-noted author in Enochian magic. And this is from the Magnum Opus Hermetic Source Works. Mm-hmm. This is original stuff. This really is a transcript of a piece of magic from a magician, probably from about the 1700s.
Wow.
Yeah. It's in the British Library.
Mm-hmm.
It's a complete notebook of how this particular magician proceeded through the work of Enochian magic. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Our next book is Crawling Chaos.
My God.
These are selected works of H.P. Lovecraft from 1920 to 1935, written with an introduction by Colin Wilson. And this was put out by Creation Press in 1993, compiled by James Hoback with invaluable assistance from Robert Taylor and Aaron Williamson.
Yes. H.P. Lovecraft, this is a trade paperback. How about that? I just found a card.
Tarot card?
Yes. Well, it's not exactly a tarot card. It's an introduction to a tarot that I have, but I was using apparently for a bookmark. How about that? Well, we shouldn't do that. Let's leave that card out and let it rejoin its original copy. Yes, this is H.P. Lovecraft. For those of you who have not heard of H.P. Lovecraft, it comes with the territory. Mm-hmm. When I was a teenager, I read H.P. Lovecraft, and it produced horrific waking dreams in my adolescent brain. Mm. Yes, it's very, very frightening stuff. It's not that H.P. was a great writer, it's just what he wrote about strikes a universal chord in the dark recesses of the human mind. Mm-hmm. It's, there's whole debates about maybe H.P. tapped into a very realistic, very malevolent, dark part of the universe. That's what's so darn scary about H.P. Lovecraft's book. This is a collection of his best works. The Color Out of Space, of course, is there. Probably the Call of Cthulhu is in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Briefly flipping through. Yep, there it is, the Call of Cthulhu. So, in all seriousness, like you just simply cannot part H.P. Lovecraft with magic.
Magic, yeah. Well,
you just can't do it. It's,
They did 2 episodes that followed this storyline on Supernatural. On H.P. Lovecraft. I made you watch it one night. Right?
Yes, that's right. I remember that. H.P.'s shadow is a long cast. Mm-hmm. His shadow is cast over a great deal of occultism, a great deal of witchcraft, film art.
Yes.
It's very, very hard to translate H.P. Lovecraft onto film, though, because a lot of this is something called cosmic horror.
Right.
And it happens inside the mind of the reader. And every reader reacts differently to H.P. Lovecraft. Now, however, that said, there is a kind of standard of horrific dreams that the reader endures after reading. So fair warning, if you read H.P., this is the Crawling Chaos. This is the selected works of H.P. from 1920 to 1935. He created this entire Cthulhu mythos.
Right. And
if you tap into it, good luck. Hope you don't lose your mind. I didn't. Yeah. We all survived it, but it's something else.
It's different.
It's very different.
So our next book, The Triumph of the Moon by Ronald Hutton.
Oh my God, this is wonderful, wonderful book. This is a more recent history.
A history of modern pagan witchcraft.
Yes, modern pagan witchcraft.
Put out by Oxford University Press.
It is a very, very, very honest look.
In 1999.
1999, yes. A History of Modern Pagan Witchcraft, Oxford, Ronald Hutton. I highly recommend it. I can't recommend it enough. It's a very honest look at the history of the modern craft movement. And all is laid bare. It's a very, very reliable guide because it doesn't, this book doesn't pull any punches. A lot of people cooperated very honestly in the creation of this book, and it is one of the best histories, modern histories of witchcraft and the pagan movement.
So does he go over like Gerald Gardner, Alex Saunders,
Yes,
Raymond Buckland?
absolutely. All the great figures in the creation and continuation of the craft are here. Mm. Okay, there's
Sybil Leek.
A lot. Yes, Sybil Leek. Everybody's there. Everybody's, yes, even Uncle Al, our beloved Uncle Al. He's in there somewhere. And a lot of what Ronald Hutton does is he clears up some suburban myths, about the craft and that sort of thing. And it's very, very good. And I can't recommend it highly enough.
For the people in the beginning of what we know as our modern witchcraft movement, they knew each other. Sybil Leek used to have visits regularly from Aleister Crowley when she was growing up. And then, of course, Alex Saunders was part of Gerald Gardner's group before he broke on his own. And then we got Buckland. So they all kind of came around, and it's foundational witchcraft.
Yep.
So the next book we have is another Cthulhu-focused book, Cthulus Heirs. This is part of a series of books. This is Cthulhu Cycle book number 3. This is New Cthulhu Mythos Fiction, selected and edited by Thomas M.K. Stratman. Call of Cthulhu Fiction, a Chaosm book. This particular one was put out in 1994.
Right. So in the wake of H.P. Lovecraft's writings, he slowly but surely gathered a following of fellow writers who really thought that they had tapped into something very, very special and very unique, and they're absolutely right. So this is a collection of stories from authors who are very much heirs to the Cthulhu mythos. We really want to get into H.P. Lovecraft and his amazing contribution to dark literature. This is a very good book to have. It's literally the people that wrote in a kind of H.P. Lovecraftian
style
way and style, right? So yeah, this is very new Cthulhu mythos fiction. Highly recommended if you're haven't given up yet and haven't lost your mind
after reading Lovecraft.
Hang in there, go for it. It's really trippy stuff, so fair warning.
So our 9th book is Greek and Roman Necromancy.
Yes.
Daniel Ogden. Yes. Put out by Princeton University Press in 2001.
One interesting things about just pulling 10 books off the shelf is you can look at my books, okay, and find out about how far I got by where the bookmark is. So I didn't even get a fourth of the way through this book where it became very tedious, very scholarly. Sorry. I really am, Mr. Ogden. You're a brilliant author, I can tell that. But unfortunately, you make my eyes glaze over.
Yes. Well, on to the 10th book, the last book. This is Harper's Encyclopedia of Mystical and Paranormal Experience. Introduction by Marion Zimmer Bradley. Oh, that's nice. This is Rosemary Ellen and Gilly. Put out by Castle Books, a division of Book Sales Incorporated in...
I've got several books by this woman.
What's the year?
Oh, very good. She's no hack, that's for sure. She understands her research very well. She did a very well-researched bunch of books. Yup. What's this guy? Yeah, it is an encyclopedia. You can literally look up any kind of part of occultism, mysticism, people who contributed greatly. We just opened it up, and there's in the C section is our old friend Count Alexander Cagliostro.
Oh, I've heard that name.
1743 to 1795. Yeah, and I'm not going to give any spoilers because it's a book that's well worth. If you just, I know that it's difficult when you first start out in the occult and that sort of thing. You often find yourself quickly lost.
Yeah.
And just overwhelmed by well, who's that guy? Who's Aleister Crowley? Why is he so important? And blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Even to folks like Madame Blavatsky. Nice name.
Yes.
You know, I thought about getting a cat and naming her Madame Blavatsky.
Yes. I love it.
Right. So who are these kinds of people? So this is
it's a good encyclopedia.
It's a very good encyclopedia. It is exactly what it says it is. Harper's Encyclopedia of Mystical and Paranormal Experience. Introduction by Marion Zimmer Bradley. Rosemary Ellen Guiley. That's the author, and she's very good. And I have a few other of her books, and yeah, she's very good, very reliable. I like it. Also, it's a very big, thick book, and it can be used
as a weapon. I know you're fond of saying that.
Yes.
Well, that's the one thing I like about this type of book is you can leave it on your shelf and just read sections of it at a time as you see.
Well, a lot of my libraries like that. Some people see it and they're just knocked out by how big the library is. But you got to understand that most of these are reference books.
Right.
You just pick them off the shelf and go, okay, I got a question about necromancy.
Right.
Let's see what necromancy is all about. Well, it's the art of asking the dead foolish questions.
Yes.
I've never understood why it was that people thought that if you're dead, you're somehow smarter than you were in your regular life.
Right, yeah, you have more answers.
Don't get that.
Well, I think the thing about...
Makes for an interesting evening, though. Don't you agree?
I think the thing about having a library, though, and I noticed this when I was studying the Golden Dawn, is that you can't just read one book and expect to get it.
No.
You got to keep reading them again and again and reading this book, and then 10 books later, you go back and read the first book again, and you have a whole nother understanding of what you're reading after, reading all the books and then reading it again.
Yeah. If you're reading about the Golden Dawn and you want the Idiot's Guide to it, which is still very reliable, Donald Michael Craig's book cannot.
Yes, which we will get to. I recommend that. It's on my recommended
I recommend it too
list.
because it will sum everything up. You'll get it. It's nice. It's also encouraging.
Yes, well, it's very practical. It's like a workbook.
Yes,
you just follow the instructions and do the magic.
You will be practically involved in magic.
Yes, definitely.
Right off the bat.
Right.
Right off the bat. There's no messing around. There's no armchair occultism. Donald Michael Craig will get you up out of your sofa and into the ritual
magic.
circle.
Yep,
yes,
I love it.
That's why I love that guy.
We'll get to that eventually.
Well,
we both have copies
popularized.
of that. We worked from it for a few years.
Yeah, I worked through it. Yeah, it's great. I memorized all that stuff.
So did I.
Yes, it was great.
Yep. So
Very
that
good.
is
worth doing.
Yes, well, that is the end of our 10 books. Thank you so much, Stephen, for joining me again this evening.
Glad to be a part of it. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
Tune in next week for more.
Yep.